Okay, so the physical characteristics of industrial waste. So in that, the first is the total solid. Okay, so total solid, it is nothing but the floating solid as well as the suspended solid, colloidal solid, and dissolved solid. Okay, so the most important physical characteristics of wastewater is nothing but the total solid. Okay, so this total solid, which consists the floating solid as well as the matter in suspension as well as the colloidal matter and matter in solution. So total solid is equal to suspended solid plus dissolved solid and colloidal solid. Okay, so suspended solid can be found out by the method of the filtration. So just take a sample, take one tissue paper, not tissue paper, filter paper, okay, Wattmann filter paper, pass your water over the Wattmann filter paper and you can measure whatever the suspended solid which present into that water, okay, wastewater and sewage, whatever your sample of source, okay. So in this way you can measure the suspended solid of that wastewater, okay. Then how to measure the dissolved solid and colloidal solid? So for that we need to evaporate that water at a higher temperature, and after the complete evaporation of water you get the dissolved solid at the bottom of that porcelain dish or whatever your container, okay. So the suspended solid plus dissolved solid combined you get a total solid, okay. So this is what the total solid, which is a very important characteristics in case of the industrial waste, because this industrial waste which consists high suspended and dissolved solid, okay. So total solid, if you consider for industrial waste, is too much high as compared to the sewage, okay. So this wastewater having the size of particle, when the size of particle vary from 10 raised to -5 to 10 raised to -3, then micron, okay. So size of particle in micron, when it is 10 raised to -5 to 10 raised to -3, then the type of particle of solid is a dissolved solid. If it is 10 raised to -3 to 1, then it is a colloidal solid. If it is 1 to 10 micron, all sizes are in micron, okay. So when the size of particle is 1 to 10, then it is the suspended solid. When the size of particle is vary from 10 to 100 micron, then it is the type of particle of, or it is a solid, it is set level solid, okay. So in this way this solid is classified into dissolved solid, colloidal solid, suspended solid and set level solid, okay. So combinedly it is called as total solid, okay. So the next, it is a color, okay. So color, it is why due to the dissolved matter, due to organic acid, okay, due to presence of organic acid into waste, due to presence of dissolved matter into waste, it having the color, or also due to presence of detergents, colors, dye, pigments, okay. So due to all present industrial waste having the different colors. Next, the turbidity of water. So the turbidity, it is what? The nothing but the presence of colloidal solid, which may be clay, silt particles, microorganism, algae, okay. So this all which makes the water turbid, and that is called as the turbidity of water, okay. Next, taste and odor. Okay, so basically the normal or water or pure water which is tasteless and odorless, but due to the presence of organic matter or industrial waste having the different taste and odor, okay. So why it is? Due to presence of dissolved solid, due to presence of dissolved gases, due to algae and other organism, microorganism and other gases, it gives a different taste and odor to the industrial waste. So the next important characteristics, that is the temperature, okay. So temperature is again one of the important characteristics if you consider, because if the temperature is going to be increases, it going to be decreases the oxygen into that water, and that are going to be harmful for the aquatic system. And if the temperature going to be increased, it can foster the growth of undesirable water plants and sewage fungus, which increase the rate of biochemical reaction, okay. So these are the some physical characteristics of industrial waste, okay. Total solid in the form of floating, suspended, colloidal and dissolved solid. Then color due to presence of pigment, dye and other organic waste, okay. Then turbidity due to clay, silt, solid. then taste and odor due to dissolved gases and temperature. Okay, so these are the physical characteristics of industrial waste. The next important characteristics, that is chemical characteristics of waste. Okay, so the chemical characteristics for industrial waste, because all industrial waste having the different chemical characteristics. Some of the industry having high BOD, some of the industry having high COD content. Okay, so some of the industry having high suspended solid, high volatile solid. Okay, so each and every industry having the different characteristics. Okay, so some major characteristics of industries, that is pH, then dissolved oxygen, then BOD, biochemical oxygen demand, then COD, chemical oxygen demand, and the chloride. Okay, so all we know the pH. So what is pH? pH, it is nothing but the pH, it is nothing but the hydrogen ion concentration present in water. Okay, so the pH, which can be measured by using pH meter. Okay, so pH meter, which consists pH electrode, and if we dip that pH electrode into the waste, that indicate the pH of wastewater over the display of pH meter. Okay, so the normal pH or the neutral pH is 7, or if you consider the range of pH, so 0 to 7 it is acidic pH, 7 it is a neutral, and 7 to 14 that is alkaline pH. Okay, so these are the range of pH which varied. So some of the industry having acidic wastewater, some of the industry having alkaline wastewater. Okay, so it is very important, the pH is very important in the treatment of industrial waste, because all the chemical and biological reactions that depend upon the pH. Okay, so it is need to neutralize the pH before the treatment of wastewater, and that's why if we are going to use CETP, common effluent treatment plant, so in that way we can mix the acidic waste into alkaline waste, and so that we can neutralize the pH. Or some of the other methods also we can use to neutral the pH of wastewater or pH of industrial wastewater, and that method is also called as neutralization of waste or neutralization of industrial waste. So some of the methods of neutralization of industrial waste, that is one of the method you can say the passing of acidic wastewater through the bed of limestone. Again, one of the method, that is mixing of waste, that is acidic waste and alkaline waste mixed together, you can neutral the pH. Next, adding the Na2CO3, caustic soda, and sodium carbonate, so we can neutralize the pH. Okay, then again mixing of acid waste with the lime slurries, that also we can neutralize the pH. Then adding compressed CO2 to alkaline waste, that again we can neutralize pH. And again we can adding sulfuric acid to alkaline waste, that's also we can neutralize the pH. Okay, so these are the different methods available for the neutralization of pH. So that's why pH is very important in the treatment of industrial waste. Okay, and these different types of method we can use for the neutralization of waste. Okay, so acidic waste, alkaline waste, we can combinedly act as the neutral waste. Okay, next characteristics is the alkalinity. Okay, so alkalinity, it is due to the presence of hydroxide of hydroxyl of magnesium, sodium, calcium, and potassium, due to carbonates and bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Okay, so this alkalinity is when the pH value is more than 7. Okay, and when the pH more than 11 and 12, that indication of the presence of hydroxyl ion, OH minus ion, and due to the presence of hydroxyl ions, it indicates the hydroxyl alkalinity. Okay, and when the pH vary between 4 to 8, that mostly the carbonate and bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, and that indicates the carbonate alkalinity and bicarbonate alkalinity. Okay, so alkalinity, it is nothing but due to the presence of hydroxide, carbonates, and bicarbonates of calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. Okay, so this is again one of the important chemical characteristics of industrial wastewater. Next important characteristics, that is the DO. It is nothing but the dissolved oxygen. Okay, so we know the oxygen is a vital element in water. Okay, because for the survival of aquatic system, minimum 2 to 4 mg per liter of dissolved oxygen always or must be maintained in a water. Okay, if that DO falls down zero, then what happens? That aquatic system that going to be vanish, and the death of aquatic life, plants and animal that going to be. Okay, so that is what the vanish of aquatic life or vanish of aquatic system due to depletion of oxygen. Okay, so that's why it is very important, that is 2 to 4 mg per liter dissolved oxygen should be always maintained in water. Okay, for a survival of aquatic system. So all care should be taken during the disposal of industrial waste and other wastewater. Okay, so that wastewater should be completely treated, and it should be according to the stream standard and effluent standard. Okay, so when we are going to discharge this organic matter or the wastewater into water bodies, so the oxygen which present into that water, okay, that going to be utilized by organism, and that oxygen going to be deplete, the depletion of oxygen that result into the vanish of aquatic system. Okay, so pollution of water by organic matter rapidly utilize the dissolved oxygen by biological oxidation, that process which occurs, that is called as biological oxidation. Thus the receiving water may becomes the depleted of oxygen, which result into the death of aquatic system. Okay, aquatic life. So that's why dissolved oxygen is also the one of the important chemical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, come to the next, BOD, that is the biological oxygen demand. Okay, BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. So we know the BOD it is nothing but the amount of dissolved oxygen from wastewater required by aerobic organism to degrade the biodegradable organic matter. Okay, so at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days of period. Okay, so now recently the temperature and period is changed to 27 degrees Celsius for 3 days of period. Okay, so BOD it is nothing but the amount of oxygen which required for the oxidation of organic matter. Okay, so amount of dissolved oxygen from wastewater required by aerobic microorganism to degrade the biodegradable organic matter at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days of period. Okay, so that means you can find out BOD for two conditions. The first condition when the BOD for the 5 days, and when the BOD for the 3 days. Okay, so if you want to find the BODs for the 5 days, we need the 20 degrees Celsius temperature, and if you want to calculate the BOD for 3 days, we need the 27 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, so 3 days BOD 27 degrees Celsius temperature, and 5 days BOD 20 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, okay, so sewage which contain both suspended as well as dissolved matter. Okay, so the portion of suspended and dissolved matter may be organic in nature, and this organic matter, either it may be the carbonious organic matter or maybe nitrogenous organic matter, because this organic matter which consists of the carbohydrates, protein, fats present in that wastewater. And due to presence of carbon, you can say it is a carbonous organic matter. Due to presence of nitrogen, you can say it is nitrogenous organic matter. Okay, so this organic matter is the source of food for most of the microorganisms present in that wastewater. Okay, and this organic matter they utilize as a food and convert that complex organic matter into simpler one, that is called as degradation. And the process of this degradation required the dissolved oxygen. Okay, so microorganism, the dissolved oxygen is used by microorganism to carry on the process of the degradation. Okay, if you add extra organic matter, that is more addition of organic matter through the different sources, leads to more degradation, which result into the depletion of more dissolved oxygen from that water. Okay, so maximum the addition of organic matter, that is maximum the depletion of the dissolved oxygen from that water bodies. Okay, so this is important, we already discussed. It is very important to maintain minimum 2 to 4 mg per liter of dissolved oxygen for the survival of aquatic life. Okay, so that's why this BOD parameter is very important, and which gives an idea about the amount of organic matter which present in water, and the ultimately it indicate the pollutional strength of the wastewater. What is the pollutional strength of the wastewater, that indicate, and what is the amount of organic matter present, okay, by BOD. So BOD is a very important characteristics of industrial wastewater. Okay, so now how to calculate BOD. So BOD is expressed in mg per liter at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days of period. Okay, and the BOD can be calculated is equal to dissolved oxygen consumed in the test by diluted sample into dilution factor. Okay, so we know the dilution factor. So dilution factor, it is nothing but the volume of dilution factor. It is nothing but the ratio of the volume of diluted sample to the volume of undiluted sewage sample. Okay, that means आपण काय करतोय, sewage sample घेतोय, and also we are going to add the diluted water, and other case मध्ये it is undiluted sample. Okay, so that is what the ratio of diluted undiluted sample to the diluted sample. Okay, so that is the dilution factor. It is the volume of diluted sample to the volume of undiluted sewage sample. It is nothing but a dilution factor. Okay, so how much dilution factor is adopted for the process of BOD or the measurement of BOD? So that dilution factor multiplied by the how much dissolved oxygen consumed in the process of BOD. So from that we can calculate the BOD of that wastewater. Okay, so 5 days BOD for 20 degrees Celsius can be calculated. The DO consumed in the test by diluted sample into the dilution factor. Okay, so this is about the BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, so next term is COD, chemical oxygen demand. Next one is chloride. Next one is BOD COD ratio. Then treatability index.